All right, welcome to another IELTS speaking practice. So today Miss Brooke is going to do her regular speaking practice. So you ready? I think I just told you the
Yes,
story
I'm ready.
how I clean my bathroom, my bathroom before we do this one. Okay, let's go to topic number 38. Concentration, like how to focus on something. So, Miss Trúc, is it hard for you to stay focused on something?
To be honest, I find it's not hard to focus on something.
Mm,
If I'm in my mood to focus 100% on
mm,
my task or doing something that's important,
yes.
even I can forget the times
Mm,
until I finish my task. Yes, and of course, I believe that people should learn how to stay focused because of many other things
mm,
um, that can make them be distracted.
mm. They can make them be distracted, I say. What do you do to help you concentrate?
The first thing I do to keep my
Concentration?
concentration, yes, is to turn off. Uh, um, it is turn off uh, technical technical uh,
Technical devices?
device.
You mean like
Yes,
all of my electronic devices?
yeah, such as my cell phone and or my televisions. What can make me distracted? You know,
Mm.
because of this device,
I
yes,
prevent distractions.
usually show notice or make a noise that
Mm,
make that distract your concentration.
I agree with that. Now, so when do you need to be focused?
I think that I need to be focused when I working at my company. Yes, or when I am cooking at home. Yes, besides workings, when you do something, if you focus on it, you can do it. I think it will better. It will be better than you just when you just focus your on what you need to do. So if you're cooking, for example, if you cooked a meal, for example, um, and use distracts, it can be a disaster.
Mm,
The situations because you can't burn your meals. First, yes, or use uh, can hmm, add some strong seasonings.
hmm. Add some strong seasoning. Yep.
Mhm.
What do you mean seasoning? Like strong seasoning to the food or
Seasonings,
something?
yes, for
Some
seasonings.
strong seasoning. Do you think it works?
I mean wrong. I mean wrong seasonings. For example, you need to add salt or sugars, but you uh, use as wrong
I think there's
seasoning.
some other thing. It's called MSG, monosodium glutamate, bột ngọt. We
Yes.
call them MSG,
Yes.
monosodium glutamate. So sometimes the strong seasoning can make us headachy, like can cause headaches, and it's difficult to focus sometimes. But you need to eat food with salt. Yes, that's true. Phải ăn đồ có phải ăn có muối vô nha. You need to eat food with some salt in order to be healthy. To be healthy enough, you know. Chứ ăn thiếu muối người nó lợt nhạt, người nó yếu lắm. So if you eat not enough salt for your body, you will feel very weak, you know. Right. So that also include like being able to concentrate or to focus, you know. So what may distract you when you are trying to stay focused? Sao Thủy nghịch hành?
I think yes,
Yes, it
I
helps. It works.
think that I think that there are many factors that can influence your concentration when you're trying to do something. Uh, First, it can happen inside, such as your mental health, your physical health problems. For example, because when you feel uncomfortable or, or you feel tired,
Mm,
you this situation can make you
distracted.
can make you distracted. um, Stress and anxiety. If you feel worries or negative emotions, um, or have negative emotions, that can l- you can leave less focus for the task.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah,
So I
sometimes
think
there are some days when it's really difficult to stay focused, you know. Có những cái ngày như vậy. And
uh,
the energy is just weird, you know. Some days like that. And also think about
yeah,
background noise. Những tiếng ồn ở nền, background noise. And like motorbikes, vehicles, people talking, you know, it can be distractive. It can be very
yeah.
distracting.
We can classify these things in environmental factors, groups, noise
Environmental
and
factors, yes. Những nhân tố
yes,
môi trường.
noise
I
and
think it's
interruptions.
called external factors. Những nhân tố bên ngoài tác động. I think called external factors, but there are also internal factors as well. Những nhân tố nội bên trong. There are internal factors such as like some days you feel lazy, you know, you just don't want to focus that much. And staying focused can be very difficult because you yourself don't want to focus that much, you know. That's called
Oh,
internal factors and external
and when you
factors.
feel sleepy, yes,
Mm,
it's also make you cannot focus on everything.
agreed. But what you said about seasoning, the wrong seasoning, I think I do believe it's true, you know, because if you do not eat enough salt, I do believe that it can distract you very much when you're trying to stay focused.
Oh,
Ăn không đủ muối, thực sự là khó tập trung, khó học là đúng thật á. It's true. Okay, so do you think that focus is important? Because this one is absolutely missing. Or this one is absolutely lacking in young children these days, you know. It's very lacking. It's absolutely lacking. Hoàn toàn không
absolute,
có luôn á, hoàn toàn thiếu hụt luôn á.
absolutely, I
Like
agree.
because they play with their iPads, they play with their electronic devices all the time. They watch short videos all the time, and focusing on work or study it's very difficult for them. You know, you think focus important?
Yes, absolutely, I agree with that idea. Focus is very important, both for your brains and for achieving what you try.
Mhm.
First, focus boosts productivity and quality. When people concentrate on one thing, in a time.
Mhm.
They work faster and make
One thing at a time. It's like to focus on one thing at a time. Don't multitask. Đừng đa nhiệm. Or do many things at once. Làm nhiều thứ cùng lúc.
yes,
Multitasking is not really something that I,
appreciate.
advise people to do. I wouldn't. Okay, please say more about it.
Yes. Focus uh, on one thing at a time make people work faster and make fewer mistakes. I strongly believe that because when you focus, um, you can see, you can think deeply and realize even small mistakes that can happen. It also helps your brain process information efficiently, so uh, leading to better results in less time than
Mm,
others who do multitask because they have to divide their concentration.
I agree with that. They divided concentration into several tasks. That's not a good thing.
Yes. And at the end, you cannot finish anything. Though
So
you do, though you do
you try
many
to do many
things.
things at once, but you cannot finish everything,
Yes,
anything.
yes. I mean, you can have a result because you just in process.
Okay.
Yes. Um. Furthermore, focus also strengthen your mind.
Let's not use the word furthermore. Let's say what's more. Còn gì hơn nữa không?
What's
What's more?
what's
What's
more?
more? And then you can just say and then or what's more. Furthermore is very formal. It's too formal. Nó quá trịnh trọng nha.
Okay. Okay. What more? Focus also strengthens your mind.
Mm,
Yes. Mm, when you focus on learning, I think it's a very wonderful thing people can do
mm.
to um, when they're trying to learn new things or try to learn by heart. Yes,
Learn by heart.
learn learn by
Learn by
heart.
heart.
Yes,
Trái
but
tim heart.
learn
Or to
by
learn by
heart.
heart.
Yes,
Yes.
it's just it's like a kind of training muscle. Uh, the more you practice staying focused, the
Mm.
easier to become uh, remember what
The easier
the
it is to remember, right?
yes easy to remember what you observe or what
Mm.
you try to learn, and it can ingrain deeply in your brain.
Say again. It can what?
Engrave,
Decorate.
engrave, ENG.
Engrave, you mean?
Yes, engrave.
Engrave it in your mind. Nó gọi là
Yes,
khắc vào trong đầu. It's like engrave it in your mind. Yes. But that's about memory. Okay, so let's come to part 2 now. Okay, so part 2, let's try topic number 97. Okay. Try 97, which is describe someone you know who has recently moved to a new place. You should say who he or she is, what the new place is like, why he or she moved to a new place. Explain whether his or her new move was a positive impact on you. So it doesn't have to be your neighbor, or doesn't have to be your roommate or housemate, you know. It can be like a friend, you know, who doesn't live with you. Someone you know who has recently moved to a new place. Miêu tả một bạn đó mình biết mà gần đây vừa mới chuyển một nơi nào đó khác ở. Explain whether his or her move has a positive impact on you. Well, sometimes it doesn't have any impact at all. You could just say that, you know. If like you were talking about like your roommate, housemate, or your neighbors, yes, her move or his move can have a positive or negative impact on you. You need to explain that. But it's optional. It's not like a must to describe that, you know. And then part 3, you can say that why do some young people keep moving? Okay, maybe I should change my username. Just a moment. All right, so 97. Okay, so 97. Part 3. Why do some young people keep moving? Like, is that like a trend, you know? Because some people they just stay for 1 year or a few months even, and they just keep moving from place to place, you know, places to places, you know. Why do some young people keep moving? They don't want to stay in one place for a long time. So think about like the fact that it can be boring if you stay in one place for too long, you know. Maybe they would like to explore new neighborhoods, you know. Maybe they would like to explore new neighborhoods with new entertainment facilities, you know. They just don't want to stay in one place for too long. And it could be a part of it could be a part of their personality. Những cái tính thích xê dịch đó. It could be a part of their personality. Một phần tính cách, nhiều khi thích xê dịch, không thích ở một chỗ. You know, some people they just like to move. They just don't want to stay in one place, maybe. Okay, so there could be other reasons, you know. So what's the difference between living alone, alone, and living with roommates? So think about what you have to share. Think about the money, of course. Always have to do that. Think about the comfort. Think about the convenience. Think about the privacy, and of course the cost of livings. Everyone needs to think about that. Also, you probably some people they live with their roommates or they live together with people because they want to feel a sense of belonging to a team or a group, you know, muốn có một cái cảm giác thuộc một cái đội nào đó, một cái nhóm nào đó. And they're just not used to being alone. They are not used to being alone. Không quen với chuyện ở mình. Some people are like that. They're not used to being alone. They probably living with roommate is safer, I think. Cũng hên xui nha. It depends if their roommate is good people or not, to be safer or not safer. All right. Next question: is it positive for young people to live themselves? I mean, if you live by yourself alone, is it a positive or negative thing? Besides cooking, are there any other skills that people need to learn if they live on their own? Bên cạnh việc nấu ăn, còn bất kỳ kỹ năng nào của người ta cần phải học nếu họ muốn tự sống mình không? And then, what kind of people tend to live by themselves? Is it just introverts? You know, not just introverts. You know, introverts or maybe independent people. Có những cái người mà tính rất độc lập nha. There are some introverts and there are some very independent people. They do not wish to stay to live with other people for too long because living with people can be a bit suffocating. Phát ngột, phát ngột, khó thở. Phát ngột, khó thở can be suffocating for them. And let's just say that they do not fancy daily dramas, you know, daily dramas when living with people, of course. Or maybe you have other ideas. How can parents and teachers help young people to live independently? Well, first talk about parents. Should they help children to build, how can I say, build positive habits from the young age or something like that? Or like you can explore what kind of habits. Should they wash their own clothes? Should they cook their own meal? Something like that. Learn how to do that. And teachers also. Basically, teachers should teach their students how to think independently. Suy nghĩ một cách độc lập xem nào, đừng phụ thuộc. It can be difficult because traditional school system doesn't really encourage that. Even though if I teach like international student, I still see that, nó vẫn học thuộc lòng rất là nhiều luôn á. There's still a lot of things people have to remember. Nhiều chương trình nước ngoài cũng thế thôi. I mean, it's a little bit better than Vietnamese program, but still, the basis is still that you have to learn a lot of knowledge, Cái nền tảng dù học ở đâu đi nữa mình vẫn phải học rất là nhiều, vẫn phải viết rất là nhiều thứ nha. Mặc dù nó có khá hơn chương trình Việt Nam chút xíu. Alright, so you should discuss that. Okay, some time to think. Okay, Mr. Can you describe someone you know who has recently moved to a new place? Hello, your microphone's on, please.
Okay.
Okay,
I want to
please.
mention about my close friend who recently
Friend, your
moved
close
to
friend.
a new place.
I see.
My close friend who recently moved to a new place. I had the chance to visit her new home about a month ago. Honestly, it's not that different too much from the old one, though the previous place might have been in better condition. The main reason she decided to move was because the old rental had an electrical leakage problems.
Electrical
But
leakage problems.
leakage problem, yes, but the landlord refused to pay for the repairs and told
Leakage.
leakage problems.
But the landlord refused to fix it.
Yes, refused to pay for
You
the
have to
repair.
say no, he refused, but no, the landlord refused to pay. If I yes được, không phải yes được. You have to say no, the landlord refused to pay.
Refused to pay for the repairs and told her to fix it herself. That's completely unreasonable, and the landlord has attitude made her uncomfortable staying there any longer. Yes, and finally, I fully support her
Decision.
decision to find a new place right away. And if there one thing I feel about it is admiration for her independence and
Mm.
decisiveness. Not
I
just
agree.
in this smart incident, but in many things she does. Because it's hard to leave your familiar place. It's cons- consumes a lot of time and effort to move to a new place. But you cannot do other things because there are situations for her to do that.
I see. Now, okay, so she obviously her move doesn't have any kind of impact on you, no? Not positive, not negative, but just no impact, right?
Yes, it's just impact,
Hmm.
impact. Yes.
I think because she doesn't live with you. Right. So, Mr. Trúc, why do some young people keep moving? Can't they just stay in one place, something?
Some not as nowadays because young people uh, often not live in a place and worked in. They can move. They can keep moving because they need to. Uh, uh, it depends on their job. It requires them to find a place that convenient to them for stress for travel from their home to their companies, for example. And that's a reason that I can think young people you should keep moving. Or for others, they can think that they want to discover the world. They want to
World, discover
the
the
world.
world.
Yes, discover the world and try new things. Try experience more, so they can choose to change their environment, living environment,
Hmm.
and keep moving is one of thing that they can do. Uh, And I appreciate people who can live their safe child. Yes,
They
to
can leave what? Appreciate people who can leave their safe zone.
their safe jobs. Yes,
Zone.
zoned, zoned.
Okay. Yeah, I do appreciate those kind of people. They do deserve that. But yeah, I do think that sometimes it's concerning, like because if people keep moving all the time, it's costly to move. Remember that each time people move, it's not cheap. Di chuyển hoài đâu có rẻ tiền đâu, mỗi một lần là it's not cheap, and when they don't stay in one place for too long, it can be a bit difficult to make a living. If you okay, like if you do run a business, for example. But if you do not run a business, you can afford to keep on moving, no problem, I think.
It
So
depends on the
yeah,
context. It
the
depends on the
context.
context. Yes.
Hmm.
Uh, if it's uh, if it is necessary to do that, uh, and if
Hmm.
it's good for just for themselves, yes, I think it's a positive situation.
Hmm. I think
For
so
it's
too. Yeah,
yes, and I believe that many of them move to improve their living conditions.
I agree.
Instead, yes, sometimes it can be a financial reason.
Hmm.
Yes, so it's quite varied to
Quite
for
varied,
people.
yeah.
Yes, it varies for people to do that.
Hmm. I agree. So, what's the difference between living alone and living with roommates then?
is very uh, different between living alone and living with others. In these situations, is roommate. Living
Mm.
alone provide people a
A
private
lot of things.
environment.
Hmm.
Yes, and they can't organize their space and time however they want. Um, it seems more easy. It seems easier for them mm, to enjoy their personal times.
Mm.
They don't have to adjust their habits or the lifestyle because they have to share their space with others.
Because they have to share the space with others. I agree with that. Now,
However,
so yeah,
yes, uh, ill, on the other hand, living with roommates brings a sense of safety, a sense of safety sometimes because you know that when you go uh, home, you not live alone, and you can yes, you can feel more safe. You can say you can feel safer.
safer.
Yes, you can see you can feel safer. I means when you live alone, a lot of things can scare yourself.
Can A lot of things can occur, and it can be scary. Yeah.
Yes, it's just about um your mind make up things. For example, birds because you live alone, it's these things can happen when you can find no one to help you in emergency.
Emergency situations. Yeah.
Yes. Um, Another reasons that I think is quite reasonable. You can split the rent and share share bills and rental fees.
I agree with
Yes,
that.
it's very practical
Mm.
and yes, but it also requires good communications when you live when you share your space with others because if if you cannot uh, communicate with your roommate well, it can this can raise conflicts.
A lot of conflicts that you will regret later. It's like that.
Mm.
Thật sự nhiều khi đợi dọn ra xong cái không nhìn mặt nhau luôn á. Sometimes people don't want to see each other anymore after moving out. So a lot of conflict can happen. I do see that a lot. So is it positive for young people to live by themselves, or is it a negative one?
Yes, I believe it's quite positive for young people
Mm,
to live by themselves. Is that uh develops develops a strong sense of independence and responsibility. Once they are hard to build when
mm,
they live in their family, where they are taken taken care of. Yes, and others people trust that their parents do everything for them.
mm,
Living alone also gives them space to reflect themselves as adults who have responsibility for their life, and they have to make decisions without relying on others. They can make right decision, but the important thing that they uh they take a first step and they try to responsible for
They try to
their
be
life.
responsible for.
Yes, they try to be responsible for their life, for yes, for their futures, things. Yes, of course, it can be very challenging at first, especially when dealing with unexpected problems, such as the the sense of loneliness.
Mm.
Yes,
The sense of loneliness can be, some a lot of the time quite challenging. I have to say that.
yes,
Oh dear.
but
Okay, so
yes,
some people that are too independent, they won't feel lonely. But if people are so used to living with other people, the feeling of loneliness, it's a real thing if they live independently. So it really depends on their personality, I think, and what they're used to, I think. Positive or negative is only viewpoint, the difference in viewpoints, I think.
yes, it depends
Như là cái
on
điểm nhìn nó khác nhau thôi, I think.
people mindset. Yes,
People's mindset, yeah.
people's mindset.
I agree with that. Um, okay, so besides cooking, are there any other skills that people need to learn if they live on their own? What do you think?
In my opinion, cooking is important, but it's just one part of independent living. People also need to learn how to manage their finances, such as their budgets, paying bills, and saving money. What they need to learn mm, at the first step when they leave their home.
Mm,
Yes. Also, cleaning and organizing the new space also are also essential to maintain a clean and comfortable space
to
for
maintain to
themselves.
maintain a clean
Yes,
and comfortable space.
for themselves. Yes, it's very important. You know, when people come home from work, if their home is messy and uh, and others and is and yes and have bad smells, it can very uh very stressful.
Mm,
Even they don't want to come home anymore. So maintenance a comfortable space is very important. Another core skills is mm, fixing simple things in their home.
mm.
I strongly believe that because there's no shortage of things that can not work.
There's no shortage of thing that will not break down.
That's yes,
There's no shortage, chẳng bao giờ thiếu. There's no shortage of things that might
things
break down. Chẳng bao giờ
yes.
thiếu những thứ mà có thể bị hư hỏng. Yeah.
Anytime yes, and,
Especially during this season. Mùa sao thấy nghịch hành là chuyên môn là có những thứ break down được luôn á. Thứ nào cũng dễ bị hư đó.
and
Yeah,
if
there's a lot of
you
things can break down, yeah.
and sometimes you cannot find anyone to repair it for you is
I think repair and cooking
at
skills are vital
immediately.
skills. Vital skills. Those are vital skills, I think. Kỹ năng mà gọi là tối cần thiết luôn á để sống còn luôn á. Well, yeah.
Yes. Uh,
Right. So, what kinds of people tend to live by themselves then?
people uh, who's prioritize their personal space and independence. often choose to live alone, in my opinion. Uh, Introverts, for example,
Introverts,
it,
introverts, I'm down.
introverts, for example, enjoys quiet environment where they uh, can recharge their energies after social interactions.
Mm,
Yes, and I think that um, there's risk. They after a long working days, uh, peop those people refers living by themselves for convenience and concentrations. So they choose to live alone, to don't have to share
to
their
not
space,
have to not have to share.
to not have to share their space, their private space
Mm,
with others. Some artists or freelancers might find uh, might find that is necessary for creativity and
creativity, creativity.
yes, and inspires when they live alone.
Mm,
Maybe it's because they can focus on their task because they don't work for a company. So their home is their company,
yeah,
and
and it's
yes,
me. Yeah, it's me.
yes, and in their in their safe zone, they can they can have uh, new ideas or something like that.
Mm,
So so I think they very respect um each individual's privacy.
yes. All right. So, how can parents and teachers help young people to live independently then? So let's talk about parents first and then teachers second then.
Parents and teachers played a vital role in helping become independent
You
because
mean to creating independent individuals, right?
become
Right. To create independent individuals and citizens of the future, I think.
yes,
Những công dân độc lập trong tương lai, something like that.
yes, they can start by teaching them practical life skills to have enough confidence to live alone in their futures, such as cooking, budgeting, and doing house chores.
And what?
Doing house chores.
Doing house chores. Yeah.
Yes, I think these things are vital skills for everyone, not only who want to live independently.
I agree with that.
Encourage, yes, encouraging young people to take responsibility for small tasks at home or school builds their confidence.
I agree. Like
Yes,
take responsibility for everything they do, you know.
yeah.
There must be consequences for everything they do, so they understand, you know.
I know that many young people scared uh of living alone because don't mm, they cannot manage to manage their life from small things such as doing chores, doing house chores, cookings, or uh, even arrange their personal places. It's
Có
also
nhiều có nhiều
it's
người ở
also
dơ lắm luôn á.
it's
But some
also
people they
raised
just live like
yes.
okay, their life is just weirdly. I don't know how to say, but their life is just bad. Okay, some people they just don't even wash the dishes regularly, or they don't make their beds, dọn giường. They don't even like clean or they just don't keep hygiene very well.
Yes.
So they really need to be taught from a very beginning, like by their parents, you know.
So these things individually create a sense of fear
Mm,
that they cannot live mm, without their families.
I agree with that.
Moreover, for people who just to depends on emotional world, emotion they just want to live near their family members because they need emotional support. And some of young people should feel should feel um, that they need a they need a place that they belong, and always have people to encourage themselves.
Mm,
So I think it's also a reasonable reasonable motivations for many young people uh, refuse to live alone, uh, and they choose to live with their family members. And I think there are many reasons for these behaviors, for this. Yes.
okay, right. So in the teacher's side, I would say that probably try to force students to think independently when doing projects, to not give them so many facts, to not give them so many things, but they have to think for themselves. They're encouraged to think for themselves, and not depend on others. I think it's very important. All right, so let's try another topic now. Okay, so we can go to 50. No, this is 97, right? Okay, try this. It's 89, I think. Describe a cafe you like to visit. It's a coffee shop, cafe or coffee shop is the same thing. But there's nothing called cafe shop. It's just coffee shop or cafe. So describe a cafe you like to visit. Miêu tả một quán cà phê mà mình thích viếng thăm. You should say what it is, what kind of food and drink it serves, what you do there, and explain why you like to go there. Let me just move this thing. It's easier to look at. It's like this. What kind of food and drink it serves? What do you do there? And explain why you like to go there. Question part 3 is quite straightforward. What kind of people would you like to go to a cafe with? But you should really expand it. Like, why you would like to go to a cafe with them? Is it just to study? Is it to work together? A lot of people these days, they spend hours, many hours of their day working in a cafe. It's like a trend, an ongoing trend. And cafe actually is a good place for freelancers to meet people, to work independently. So think about that. You should also go to a cafe with friends, with family members. Um, yeah, some people they go to cafe to meet their partners, to meet their work partners, like colleagues. Next one, why do young people like studying in a cafe instead of at home? Does it how can I say, sometimes they're bored with their home environment? all the time? Is it because a cafe provides a sense of belonging? Nó tạo một cái cảm giác thuộc về cộng đồng đó. It's a sense of belonging they feel. Is it because the cafe provides the necessary background noise? Sometimes you need the background noise to work, Nó là những cái tiếng động nền để mà bắt mình phải tập trung á. Đôi khi nó có những cái như vậy. You need background noise sometimes. Sometimes you need background noise to work, to sleep, to study well. It's needed. It's necessary. Or sometimes it's like they like to be surrounded by working people. Họ thích được bao phủ bởi những cái người mà cũng làm việc như vậy. They like to be surrounded by working people with laptops and a feeling of stress. Some people like that, because it helps them run deadlines better. Nó giúp họ chạy deadline nhanh hơn, tốt hơn nếu mà họ bị bao phủ bởi xung quanh toàn những người làm việc rất chăm chỉ. By hardworking people, just say that, with laptop and a feeling of stress. Well, to be honest, I rarely do that because I'm okay being at home working. But yeah, people have different habits. Okay, so next question. Do old people usually like to drink coffee? Or do they like to drink tea or any other kind of drink? Why? This is about preference. Preference, nó là về cái câu này là về sự ưa thích cái nào hơn. Sự ưa thích hơn. Okay, so you have some time to think about this one. Okay, so Mr. Can you describe a cafe you like to visit?
Oh, cafe. Okay,
Yes.
mm, I would like to introduce a cafe I like to visit when I have free times. That's a lovely cafe near my house. It's not it's not belong to
It doesn't belong
brands
to.
retailers.
It doesn't
It's
belong to.
it's not belong to brands retailers.
Mm.
Yes, it's just a small cafes uh, that run by locals, and I think that quite is maintains a very unique and
Unique. I'm having a
very
very unique.
unique style.
Mm-hmm.
I usually drink rinse milk coffees. Uh, milk.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's called
milk
milk coffee. It's
coffees.
called milk
Yes,
coffee
milk
or
coffees.
cappuccino or I don't know. You can
Yes,
call milk coffee.
this is Vietnamese milk coffees. It's very traditional, I think.
It is.
Because it just have condensed milk and coffees as to main ingredients. And what makes its flavor more unique is the coffees that the owners use. Yes. So besides that, I think the ways that this this cafes is decorated quite familiar and comfortable when you sit inside a green space. And there are many kinds of plants and flowers, and all of that creates a sense of peace. Yes. I think that it's uh it's not only about myself when I have free times. I usually go there with my friends, and and we can have a play to chat about everything. So that's why I like to go there. It's not only to enjoy mm, a good drink. It's also about sharing your times with your important but peoples.
Okay. So, what kind of people would you like to go to a cafe with?
Oh, I, I think that when you go to a cafe with persons, it means that these persons are quite close to you, just as friends, uh, co close co-workers, or your family members, because you want to share your personal time with them. That's why I like going to cafe with my close friend,
Okay.
especially people who share similar interests.
Similar interests.
Similar interests. Yes, I enjoy spending time with those who are easy to talk because in that environment, uh, I don't want to uh, it mentions uh, mentions work tasks or something like that. It's nice to chat about life or hobbies over a cup of coffees in a cozy place. And sometimes I prefer going uh, alone to when I need to work or study.
Mm-hmm.
It, of course, you can do that at home, but if you go out and want to change your mood, it's quite reasonable to work in a peaceful and quiet place.
Mm.
It can make people feel relaxed and comfortable.
Right. Okay. So, but the question focus on what kind of people, like, is it friends, is it colleagues, is it loved ones, is it your family member, someone like that? So you should focus
Yes.
on the types of people, and not like how they would feel to go to a cafe with you. Tập trung vào những kiểu người nào nha trong câu này. So why do young people like studying in a cafe instead of at home then? Is it because at home it's distracting or something? Of course, in a cafe they can meet a lot of people. It's even more distracting. But why? Why study there? You know?
Oh, as says about if
Mhm.
people want to change their mood because they feel bored when they just studies or work at home. Many uh many young people enjoy studies in cafes
Mm,
for them because and motivating for them to some
right.
extent. The background music and the the noise, the background music and sharp noise sometimes can have them uh, focus better than in a quiet room.
Yes.
Being being around others who are also working or studies. studies give them a sense of belonging.
Yes, a
That's
sense of
they
belonging.
that's great. A sense of productivity and discipline.
Discipline, discipline.
Discipline, yes.
A kind of sense of discipline, yeah. Okay.
Because
So it's
they
like they listen to, they like to see the others doing the same thing like them, you know. Some people they just lack discipline, you know. Rất nhiều người họ thiếu cái kỷ luật á. So maybe looking at people working and studying at the same time as them will push them forward in their studies, you know. It's the same as some people they go to the library to study instead of at home. I think it's very similar that way.
besides that, they can also enjoy a good drink. Uh, these are they are served by others with uh, and use free electricity. I think it's not a
Oh, of
good
course.
things, a, a good
Of course,
thought
people use
when
free
we a
electricity
good
all the time, you know, in public places like that.
yes. I, I believe that's not a good thought for young people to do that,
Hmm.
but it's a true, it's a true
It's
situation.
true situation though. A lot of people do
Yes,
that.
yes, because they just need to buy a small amount free
There's more fee for the
for
drinks, yeah.
their rent. Yes, for the rents, and they can use many free things at home. Sometimes there are often too many distractions, like because they're in their familiar space. They have many things to for them to use, such as phone, televisions, and for example, and even uh, and even gamers,
Yeah,
game,
of course,
yeah,
games. They have games always.
game device, yes.
Oh
So
well, home
people
is
can
home.
so in a cafe, people can set a time frame to focus on their task before they are kicked out by the owner.
Oh, you wouldn't
I
want to
just
be kicked
oh
out, would you?
I just
Well, you only kicked out about, let's say, 9:30 or maybe 10 o'clock, you know. So a lot of people they stay there from the morning until night, you know. Như nhà của họ luôn á. Some people they just stay there for like many hours, you know. Oh wow. You shouldn't do that because of course if you are someone who run a cafe business, you need to have people, yes, and you need to have empty spaces for people, new people to come in. And if someone just camped there, giống như cắm trại luôn á, they just camped there for the whole day, it is a very awkward situation, you know, because a lot of people will go away because the cafe is too full of people, you know. It's bad for
yes,
business. It's
agree.
bad for business. Right. So do old people usually like to drink coffee or they like to drink something else? What do you think?
Um, uh, in in Vietnam, old people usually are divided into two groups. I think that one love teas and one love coffee. I
Exactly.
mean they
I'm the tea person, you know.
I means they usually ringed in traditional ways, not too much decorations or styles. It's just if they use a have a ring such as tea or coffees, it should be basic. I think that's
Basic, you
the
mean traditional
basic.
tea or something?
Yes,
Traditional tea.
traditional teas and coffees because old people usually don't like uh teas with milk with fruits or something like that. It's just tea.
Hmm.
Yes.
Well, I do like the
Or
traditional.
coffees or
Yes, I do like the traditional types of tea, the one traditional milk
and
tea. I do like the
okay.
traditional milk tea, So it's really, I like the taste a lot. And matcha milk tea as well.
Oh, but you're not old.
Thank you. I'm
At
only
least
36 years old, not old yet.
okay.
And I still go to the gym and I look good.
Yes.
I do look good. So,
I mean, for
okay.
old people, they're
So,
usually familiar to traditional things.
oh, I mean,
Yes.
people need to try new things
And
from
it
time to
becomes a
time,
long time habit.
Cannot break that habit easily overnight. You can't. You just simply can't break an old habit that easily. Okay, so 88 is
Yes.
describe an exciting book that you enjoy reading. You should say when you read it, what kind of book it is, what's it about, and explain why you think it's exciting. All right, an exciting book. And remember, don't go deep into describing the content of the book, okay? Because you don't have enough time. It's only part two. When you read it, actually, it's in past tense. When you read it, what's about, what kind of book it is, explain why you think it's exciting. Ráng cố gắng đừng có rơi vào cái chuyện mà nói về nội dung nó quá nhiều nha. And then part three, do people often prefer books or movies and why? Well, I think it depends on the mood, no? Because sometimes I like to read books, but a lot of the time I just like, okay, dropped it and go to movies with my friends, something like that. It depends on the mood. Or it also depends because people go to movies not just to watch movies. They go to movies to have some time, fun time with their friends. But books, it's not to be shared with others. So it's an introvert kind of hobby, reading books. Yeah. Think about that. Okay, do you think it's very important to read the book before watching the movie version of it? Like, these days there are a lot of what's it called? Movie adaptation. Chuyển tải, chuyển tải hoặc là chuyển thể từ sách truyện thành ra phim ảnh. There's a lot of movie adaptations of books contents like Sherlock Holmes, Conan Doyle, Sherlock Holmes, for example. I think they made it into like a movie already. I think the Hunger Game. I think it like a book before. Yeah, I think it was adapted to a Hunger Game movie. We also have games that were adapted into movies as well. But let's focus on books adapted into a movie version. Do you think it's very important to read the books, like to know to know the plot line or the storyline, cốt truyện, biết được cốt truyện before you watch the movie version of it? Is it important to do so? Do boys and girls like the same kind of books? Oh, well, very typical question about sex, different sexes. What kinds of books do Vietnamese people like reading? I don't know, maybe self-help books, maybe. Rất nhiều người khoái mấy cái sách dạy đời luôn nha. Dạy sống sao luôn á. Self-help books. And you can talk about that, why people like reading those. And those books that teach skills, life skills, những kỹ năng sống, sách dạy kỹ năng sống. You should give examples and you should explain the reason why. Vietnamese people like reading those kind of books? Có phải vì do thiếu kỹ năng sống quá không? Okay, some time to think. Okay, Miss Trúc, can you describe an exciting book that you enjoy reading? Hello? Microphone's on, please. Microphone's on, please. Hello, bật mic Trúc ơi. Your microphone is on, please. I think you. Okay,
Uh,
okay, got it. All right. Can you
yes,
describe an exciting book that you enjoy reading, please?
yes. I
Okay.
get really excited when reading uh, novels, especially detective novels. And I would like to recommend an amazing one called Murders on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. She's
Okay.
yes, I absolutely love the feelings of being immersed into the plot and the suspense are waiting for the mystery to be solved at the end. The uh bit contents of the post I want to mention is the story's plot is very amazing and interesting. It revolves around a m- smart detective who gets trapped in a train with several passengers, each hiding their own series connected to a shared past. The ending is both surprising and fascinating. Mm, I'm, I'm absolutely immersed in another world where you can observe everything from an unknowing perspective. It's something that's always captivates the audience.
The audience.
The yes, the audience. Yes, and that's why I think is exciting to read mysterious and detective novels.
I see. Okay, so that's an exciting book. So do people often prefer books or movies, and why?
I think that it depends on personal interest. Some people refer some people refer books to movies because they want to imagine everything in their own mind instead of having others to do that for them. But some people just love things words that's greatest by another's can build them up very gladly and violently.
Build on what? Say again.
Build a new world
Build
very
new
lively,
world. Build
a
new
new
world.
world very lively and privately.
Mhm.
And I believe that both of them have each have their own interesting aspects that appeal the
Appeal to,
right
appeal
up,
to.
that appeal to their right target audience. I think that I also think that if they if nowadays more people refer movies than books because they seems more entertaining and requires less time. For example, if novels are adapted to a movie, it seems just took about 1 to 2 hours to
Yes.
finish. Yes, instead of that, when you're reading a book, it's made takes from uh 1 month, uh some weeks to 1 month to finish, because you need to talk to analyze,
To
and some
analyze. To
analyze,
analyze, right?
yes, to analyze their contents, and people can build a words, that words in their minds.
Hmm.
So
Right.
it's
So basically, it's very good for imagination, like books reading, but movie, it's just like everything is in front of you and you don't
uh
think that much, I think.
yes, but in a fast-paced life, just yes, many people prefers movies, fast, faster and time consuming, and sometimes they just want to be strict by others, and they don't want to brainstorms.
Well, people are lazy to think these days.
Yes,
And with a lot of short form content from I think it's even worse because less and less people will think, you know?
you know,
They just want
I
the easy way out.
now I feel a bit of a noise about AI,
It is
because
annoying.
it's because the borders of truth things and fake things
The
become more
border between
the borders,
authentic and fake content
yes,
are blurry.
of blurry, yes,
Nó khá là blurry, nó khá là mờ nhạt. Cái biên giới giữa cái đồ thật và đồ giả, nội dung thật và nội dung giả nó rất là mờ nhạt. Bây giờ the border between authentic and fake contents are blurry.
yes.
You don't know exactly which one are real, which one are fake anymore.
People
And it's
can
very annoying these days.
people
Very
can
annoying.
yes, people can make up the stories, even so that can help others, and I don't think that should happen.
Hmm.
Yes, and I regret the the things in the past which seems more naturals, and
Natural,
yes,
more natural,
naturals, yes, and
authentic.
authentic, yes.
Right. Okay, so do you think it's very important to read the book before watching the movie version of it? You know, some people they don't even read the books, but just watch the movie, you know. I think
Oh,
recently, I mean, in the last few months, I have seen like a movie of an adaptation called The Help. I told you before, right?
yes,
I think I told you about this movie before, The Help. It was an adaptation from the book with the same name, and it actually received a lot of good comments. I think was it the one that received an Oscar nomination from it? I'm not so sure, but yep, it's a good movie to learn from. And another one, I think, Sheldon. You know, Young Sheldon, and then Big Bang Theory. I'm not so sure, but probably it's a movie, or I'm not so sure if it was any kind of book before. Is it okay? Wow. All right. So do you think it's very important to read the book before watching a movie version of it? Would it create like a different emotions? You know, it's like a lot of people who read the book before they watch the movie version, they become very angry because the movie version did not give them the same feeling that the book gave them when they read it. Because everyone has a different understanding of the content of the book, you know. So probably, if it differ from their own understanding, they might get angry. So it can provoke, how can I say, it can invoke, dấy lên different emotions. Nó có thể nó dấy lên nhiều loại cảm xúc khác nhau in people, you know. So what do you think about that? But sometimes when you read the books, they understand what is in a movie more. What do you think about it? Người
Because
đọc yes, please.
I don't think that it's very important to read the book before watching the movie versions of it if the contents of that movie is good, uh, is well managed, and you know, many people do that because they want to uh, understand the timeline and there's events that happens in that movie better. It's a one's reason. It can be good or bad because if the movie cannot satisfy
In the
them,
movie, it cannot.
if if the movie
It cannot.
can cannot it cannot satisfy their imagination.
Imagination.
Imagination, yes, that can be uh um it can be uh things that make people don't want to go to the cinema or to watch that movies.
Mm.
Of course, because in a limited time, people there's directors, there's the introduction. Uh, yes, need to needs to manage to in to demonstrate their ideas, and sometimes it can have is sometimes there are not enough time for them to uh, to grace everything which happened in the novels or the books into a movie. Another reasons maybe books usually give deeper insights into the characters, thoughts, and motivations.
Yes,
And
exactly.
yes, and sometimes the actress or actors can not do that. However, some people refer to one movie first, and they pass the book because they don't want to they they don't want to know the contents before. It's
So being
can
surprised actually is intriguing for them. They like it that way, I think.
yes. We
Muốn
want
bị ngạc
to
nhiên, yeah, they want to be surprised, I think.
right, yes. And and they don't want to be upset sometimes because the book is more better.
It's better.
Yes. And so they choose to only watch movies to maintain their experience.
Okay.
Besides that, it also depends on personal interest. Not everyone enjoy reading long novels.
No, not
So
really.
so it's so reading first is ideal if people want to understand the full stories and keep the base of the movies, but it's not essential for enjoying the movies. So I think it depends on
It
each
depends a
person's
lot
interest.
on each person's interest, I
Each
think.
person's interest, yes.
You know, some people they are quite difficult to please. Có một số người họ khó tánh lắm luôn á, khó chịu lắm. People they are difficult to please. Khó chịu, khó chịu lòng lắm. So they if they know the content of the book, they will criticize a lot. You know, they are they criticize a lot because they are very critical. Hay chỉ trích. And they can leave, how can I say, they can leave very negative comments about the content of the movie, you know. All right, so do boys and girls like the same kinds of books? It's about different sex again. The story of different sex. So what do you think, Mistral? Do boys and girls like the same kinds of books?
In general, boys and girls tend to have
Different preference.
different reading preferences. In my opinion, boys often like books that are full of action, adventures, or science fiction because they enjoy excitement and discovery. It's become their natural. Their nature, yes.
It become their nature, actually.
Yes. Besides that, girls, on the other hand, might prefer novels about drama, relationship, emotions, or real life experiences, or some things that in being lens of a girl who just want to read about romantic affairs, anything that
romantic affair, right?
Yes. However, this isn't always true because there are always exceptions. Man, those many girls also love thrillers or fantasy story, and many boys enjoy romance or drama. Nowadays, gender
doesn't really matter anymore. Doesn't determine. Yeah.
Yes,
Gender doesn't determine. Tên này bị sai nhiều. The gender doesn't determine
reading tastes.
It's called reading preference. I think it's better to say that. Or
Yes,
you can say taste. Cái gu đọc, cái gu đọc của mỗi người.
Reading taste.
Reading preferences. Họ thích đọc cái gì hơn. Yep. These days, genders don't really play any role anymore in defining the reading preferences of people. Anyway, so what kinds of okay? So next question for you is: what kinds of books do Vietnamese people like reading?
Vietnamese people have a quite range of reading interests, from young to old people. Also grades a wide range of genres. Many young people enjoy motivational books, and because they want to improve their personal and professional life, it's become a tendency that young people want to show their deep so their a deep side when they want to focus on their uh, inner work. Some others young people tend to like novels, manga, and stories, which are
manga.
You know, manga.
Of course,
yes.
manga and stories like that.
I can say uh, manga can be yes,
Can be fun to
and
watch, of course. Can be fun to read, of course. Very fun. Well, in my generation, a lot of people still read manga and comics, you know. There's
yes,
nothing wrong about it.
it
So,
becomes a culture.
yeah, it's a culture. Nó thành một cái văn
Yes,
hóa của thế hệ này luôn rồi. It become a culture of our generation, I think. Like if you
yes,
go to
which are
Japan,
easy to read.
yeah, to easy to read. If you go to Japan, I think there are people in their 50 or 60 years old, they still read manga. You know, I don't see the problem with that. Now, what kinds of books do Vietnamese people like reading then? Besides from manga and comics, you know, there should be other
Yes,
books.
uh, in the lens of older readers, they often prefer cultural and historical books that reflect traditional values. Be-
Yes.
because the older people are, there's more values they appreciate, especially uh, cultures and nation love.
Okay.
Yes, recently books about business, psychology, and personal growth have become very popular. Uh, More and more people focus on self development, uh, love, refer reading them. Reading habits in Vietnam are slowly growing, and people seems more easier to approach the approach the many contents, and thank, uh, thanks to online platforms or traditional platforms, they can choose their style for readings.
Exactly. They can really choose their style for reading, I think. Um, yeah, but let's talk about more technical books. Những sách chuyên ngành hơn đi. Like there are more technical books people can enjoy reading, you know, that can build their skills, that can be helpful for them to get another degree or to work, you know. Like, for example, I'm reading books about medical astrology that can help me to help patients, you know, to help people with their health problems. And I'm also a pharmacist, so of course I can help people more. So it's like technical books, you know, những cái sách mà nó chuyên ngành hơn, technical books, you know. Right. Let's try another one. That is 88. Okay, try 87. Describe a person who solved a problem in a smart way. Did we do this one before? Một người đã giải quyết vấn đề đó một cách thông minh. Have we done this one before?
I think that we have done it before.
Okay, we had done it before. All right, so 87, it's already done. Sometime I forgot to write because, yeah, but I remember. Okay, try 86, which is describe a time you were friendly to someone you didn't like. I think we did this one before also. Một cái thời điểm mình đã rất là thân thiện một cái người mình chẳng ưa gì. Oh wow, it's terrible time indeed. You should say when and where it happened, who he or she was, why you didn't like that person, this person, sorry, and explain why you were friendly to him or her on that occasion. You know, maybe you're just being polite. Now, part 3. Why are people friendly with a person they don't like? Is it because they have to do that because they are working in, let's say, customer care or something like that? Is it because it's the part of their job and they cannot afford to be rude, Maybe a part of the job they cannot afford to be straightforward. They cannot afford to be straightforward để thẳng thắn. They cannot afford to be straightforward because they don't want to lose their job. Họ không thể nào mà chi trả, không phải chi trả mà là họ không thể nào mà làm chuyện đó được tại vì nó sẽ đem lại hậu quả ha. They cannot afford to be straightforward because it can cause consequences. Or is it because they don't want any trouble? They want to evade conflict, evade or avoid conflicts. Or what kind of people are usually friendly? And what are differences between being friendly and being polite? These are two different things, Những người nào thường là thân thiện? Sự khác biệt nào giữa chuyện là thân thiện và lịch sự không? Friendly and being polite. Being polite means you do not say rude things, but being friendly. But being polite doesn't mean being friendly. Your vibe will tell. Cái không khí chất mình thể hiện ra nó sẽ nói được tất cả rất là nhiều thứ là mình có thật sự là thân thiện hay không hay chỉ lịch sự thôi. There's some people you really don't like, but you have to be polite to them. But if there are people who you will be friendly to them. I think that's the difference. The first difference I can think of. I don't know. There could be more differences, and you can give examples. What do you think of the people who are always straightforward? Những người mà cứ luôn luôn nói thẳng, nói thật. What do you think of the people who are always straightforward? Is it easy for them to make friends, to work, or something like that? Miss Trúc, can you describe a time when you were friendly to someone you didn't like? Didn't like?
Yes. This there's a persons that I think uh first I remember a situations when I had to work on a group project with a person I didn't really like. The reasons is she's the reasons is that she's have a tendency to overvalue her own opinions than others.
That sounds like a very self-absorbed person. Nghe một cái người mà luôn chỉ thích là um, self-absorbed, chỉ thích nói về những gì của bản thân thôi, không quan tâm
Although,
người khác.
although she didn't express it directly through words, she often insists on doing things her own way and following what she thinks is good and overlook others' opinions. I think that working with someone like that was honestly quite exhausting.
It's exhausting.
But I still try my best to remain polite, respectful, and friendly to maintain professionalism. Of course, everyone has their strengths.
To maintain professionalism.
To maintain professionalism.
Professionalism.
Professionalism. Of course, everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. So, in my opinion, disliking someone doesn't mean you have the right to be rude or shows a bad attitude toward them. So that's why in that occasions I were friendly to her.
Occasion nha DZ.
Occasions I was friendly to her.
Now, so what kind of people are usually friendly then? What do you think?
Mm,
Is it because of their own personality? They like to be friendly, they always like smiling and have a positive vibe, those kind of people.
I think
Luôn luôn tỏa ra năng lượng tích cực, something like that.
yes, people have a good energies always attracts people have the same energies like that. And I think people are usually friendly, have many friends and people who love them. Be- It can be their natures or they are educated by their family members such as their parents. Yes, that's that's it can be uh characteristics
Mhm. Yeah.
that that's cultivated by their uh their living their living their living situations their living environment. Yes,
Mhm.
what was not that nurtures them becomes of kind persons who want to inspire others with the kindness and friendliness.
Mm. The kindness and friendliness, I see. Okay, so yeah, so I like your answer. Those people who really want to inspire people, there are people like that, and it attracts others around them. Those people often have lots of friends, but not many people are their real friends, to be honest. Bè thì nhiều, bạn thì ít. It's life like that. Lots of acquaintances, I would say. Lots of acquaintances. Rất là nhiều những người mà gọi acquaintances, những người quen thôi, nhưng mà bạn thực thì hên xui. Okay, so what are the differences between being friendly and being polite then? Mhm.
Families and the the borders between families and police is quite blur. It's quite
Blurry. Blurry.
blurry. It's quite blurry.
No, it's
Because if
blurry. Nó mờ nhạt, blurry.
blurry,
Mhm.
blurry, because if a person, it's, I think that friendly and polite, both of them show the respect and uh, positive attitudes to others to give them good impressions. But maybe in the levels of friendly, it can be um the levels of friendly and polite are quite different. Uh, if a person show their friendliness, they
Friendliness.
can
If someone show their friendliness, cái sự thân.
shows their show their friendliness. It seems more about their personal um personal activities, such as they such as helpfulness.
Mhm.
Yes,
Helpfulness.
and helpfulness. Yes, and easy to talk with everyone.
Easy to
They
talk to everyone, yeah.
Yes, it seems to be a good person to share and ask for playing together eh, as a friends
Mm.
and being polite um, seems more formal in a formal environment such as working place. Yes, when people show their polite, it means um very they are very approachable to
Mhm.
work together and cooperate. Yes. I think that polite and friendly are some small difference about the situations. Yes,
Great.
in general,
So
they're quite similar.
yeah, they're very similar to me. I mean, of course, there are differences. I often be polite to people I don't like, yeah, but that's to maintain my professionalism. But I only become friendly to the people I like. If I don't like them, forget it. I'm not going to be friendly to them, but I'm just going to be polite and don't talk like rudely. That's all. Okay, so what do you think of people who are always straightforward? Is it a good strategy to live a life if you're always so straightforward towards the others?
I think this good. that's a that's a interesting questions.
Yeah,
But
interesting indeed.
I don't think people should always be straightforward in every situation.
Mm,
Being honest is important, and many people appreciate these characteristics. But sometimes being too direct can hurt other feelings or create unnecessary conflicts. It's really depends on the context and the relationship between the people involved. For example, in a professional environment, it's better to express opinions politely and uh, rather than uh, rather than straightforward.
mm.
Uh,
Rather than being too
straightforward.
straightforward, it can hurt
Yes,
your relationship with
straightforward.
other people. And it can hurt your job too. So it's very risky to be straightforward in a workplace, to be honest with you.
Yes.
Quite risky.
Because in many situations that uh, there's the decision should be reasonable and
Mm,
source for everyone more rather than is the right decision,
hmm.
which yes, I think is should be reasonable. That's always
Reasonable, should be
right.
reasonable.
Should be reasonable rather than being right.
Agreed. And
So
to be
yes,
honest with you, sometimes people are very sensitive these days. Con người ta bây giờ rất là nhạy cảm nha. Being straightforward, you will gain many more enemies. you know?
yes. Even in any conflict or argument, if you
Argument.
hurt other arguments, if you hurt other feelings, even if you win you win the fight, you lost many things. You just win a fight, but you lost your friends, your coworkers,
You will
forever.
lose your friend, you lose your coworker, you lose your chance for other things.
Yes,
So sometimes winning is not always, a good thing. So being straightforward, nah, not really. But
yes.
sometimes there are
The
people who will not get it, you have to be straightforward to them. Có nhiều người họ mới get it đâu. Họ không có thể hiểu được là mình không có straightforward, không thể nào hiểu được đâu. Mình phải nói thẳng với mặt nhiều khi như vậy. Some people they are like that.
yeah, the key is to find a balance
Mm,
between
you have
honesty
to.
and
You have to find a
sensitivity.
balance. Yeah, you do have to find a balance. All right, it's good for today. So on Sunday, we'll do writing. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. See you, Miss Trúc then. Good
Good
night.
night, teacher.
Good night. You too.